Team looks to win its first conference championship. We are live at Southwest University Park tonight where the Chihuahuas just took the lead. We'll talk about it. Also developing tonight, the chief of Las Cruces Police saying the county sheriff is jeopardizing public safety. Our New Mexico mobile newsroom fills us in.
Whether it's in the city, the county, or statewide, our main focus, our oath is what we said to the people, we're here to protect and serve.
Also, a woman's death could impact her travels. If you are going to the UTEP football game tomorrow, that story still developing now. Plus,
the weight of their memory and our duty to honor it is something we do carry with us every day.
From New York City, where loved ones of those killed during the 9/11 attacks shed tears and shed stories, to the borderland, where so many of us honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. We have complete coverage. Nicole, how about that weekend forecast?
The weekend forecast, well, could we see rain and will it ruin your weekend plans? That answer in Storm Track Weather.
We hope not. This is ABC-7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley at Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everybody. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp. We'll have your top stories coming up in just a little bit. First, though, we are in store for the weekend. Will it be a wet one, Nicole?
Well, I am tracking some changes to the forecast, but currently I'm going to let you know what we're keeping an eye on. We're tracking Doppler radar. So again, we're tracking mostly dry conditions out there right now, and our temperatures 78 in El Paso and 75 Las Cruces. But stick around. This is what we're going to take a look at in just a few minutes. Doppler radar, talk about our rain totals today, and check on those current conditions. That's all coming up in just a bit. Bob?
All right, looking good. Thanks so much, Nicole. Well, we do begin tonight with a very important game for the El Paso Chihuahuas. Their backs up against the wall because they need to beat Fresno tonight if they want to stay alive in this conference championship series. Let's go ahead and take you out to Southwest University Park right now. New at 9, highlights from the game that's still underway. The Chihuahuas coming into tonight needing to win 3 straight. Things not going according to plan here with Alex Presley and a base hit going to score a run and make it 3-0 Fresno. The Chihuahuas have not put much of an offense at that point early on. However, we do have the latest. The El Paso Chihuahuas have come back. Now the bottom of the 5th, the score is 5-4. Can you believe it? Well, this game's going to be going on a while, so check in with Danny Mata in sports on ABC-7 at 10. Now, we also have a live look at the game right now. This is courtesy of the Minor League Baseball website, showing you the game that is currently underway in downtown El Paso. And that is exactly where we have ABC-7's Ashley Rodriguez standing by live tonight. And Ashley, there is a lot of excitement. I am jealous of you. I wish I was there right now, Ash.
Bob, it only took 2 hours, but this baseball game has officially started. We were in there earlier when the score was 4-0 Grizzlies, and Chihuahua fans were still in high spirits. They still kept the faith. They were positive, and you know what? It paid off, because within a matter of minutes, the Chihuahuas are now ahead 6-4, and the crowd in there is going crazy. They are wild. They are rabid dogs. Take a look at the stadium inside when we were there. It's a packed house here at Game 3 with wall-to-wall Chihuahua fans watching their boys battle it out against the Grizzlies. Did you ever think the Chihuahuas would make it this far?
Honestly, I really think they did, because last year they were bombed for starting their first AAA. They really did really good. The stats were awesome. A lot of people thought they weren't even gonna make it that far. They were in second place. They would go first, second, middle. So I really think, I knew that they were gonna make it far, and I'm glad. I knew they were gonna make the playoffs. So.
Well, I've always been a fan ever since way back when it was at Dudley Dome, and they played down there, and been following them ever since.
I'm here with Carlos, and believe it or not, Carlos has been to 10 games this season. Now that the season's coming to an end, what's going to make you return next season?
The product that they put out here, you know, the environment out here, it's fun, it's family oriented, and plus I love baseball, so I'd be here anyway.
Now, earlier in the game, when the Chihuahuas were losing, that ticket stand over there was empty. And just within the last couple of minutes, we've seen people walk up trying to get their tickets for tomorrow's game, which means the Chihuahuas now have some hope, and fans are excited and hoping that this game will end with good news, that we will have a playoff game for tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, Ashley, again, jealous that you're out there tonight. Be careful getting home. It's going to be quite a cluster getting out of there. Thanks so much for that. We do appreciate that. Okay, we do have some news from our New Mexico mobile newsroom tonight. We learned that the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office will no longer be responding to certain calls. Sheriff KVIA saying he just doesn't have the manpower, enough of it, to respond to medical calls, welfare checks, or even to serve warrants. Today, Las Cruces Police Chief Jaime Montoya fired back, saying the sheriff, his move will put residents in danger. This is a story you'll see only on ABC-7. Sheriff Vigil saying his office is not getting the funding it needs, and he just doesn't have enough money to keep deputies from leaving for higher paying positions with other law enforcement agencies, like the Las Cruces Police Department. Well, the police chief disagrees, and he asks why the sheriff never even reached out to him.
I think, when I look at our records as well, we've probably lost more to the Sheriff's Department than we have gained from the Sheriff's Department. A memo like this, where you're changing services and procedure and policies, the best avenues to talk to your partners would be state police, would be us.
Well, Chief Montoya is saying that he has reached out to Sheriff Vigil, and the sheriff has yet to agree to meet with him about collaborating since he was elected last November. According to the memo, and deputies will not respond to the services listed unless there proves to be an imminent threat. We'll stay on top of that story for you. Hey, by the way, if you're heading out to the UTEP Texas Tech game this weekend, listen up. Highway 62 180 should reopen in about an hour. It was closed all day after a woman's body was found in the middle of the road, just past the Border Patrol checkpoint. That's close to Hueco Tanks. Well, the east and westbound lanes, again, are still closed, possibly affecting any of you who are planning to travel to Lubbock tonight for tomorrow afternoon's game. The Miners already made it there, but for all you fans, we'll let you know when Highway 62 180 reopens. Just be safe out there. This woman is accused of stealing money orders from people who were enrolled in drunk driving and domestic violence programs. 40-year-old Sylvia Dorado worked as a compliance monitor for Doña Ana County. Investigators tonight saying she stole more than $20,000 in money orders over several years. Now to our 9/11 anniversary coverage. 14 years after terrorists hit the U.S., changing our lives forever.
We do not forget those who were fallen. We are inspired by the survivors, many of whom still have the scars, both seen and unseen, of that terrible, terrible day.
September 11, 2001. The world as we knew it changed forever. This morning's sunrise began a long day of remembrance in Washington, New York, Pennsylvania, and beyond, including the borderland.
It didn't seem real when you looked at it. You weren't quite sure what was going on.
And it was something that unreal, surreal, that America could be attacked.
I didn't think it was an attack at first until the second plane hit, and then everybody, I think, at that point knew.
El Paso's mayor and city representatives sharing their memories of when terrorists hijacked 4 jetliners and crashed them into the World Trade Center towers, the Pentagon, and an open field in Pennsylvania. Like many of us, they are reflecting on the confusion and the heartache that immediately followed. The ring of a bell resonated throughout El Paso's Lower Valley this morning to honor the firefighters, police officers, and emergency medical responders who were killed on 9/11. City officials were also on hand, as you heard, as El Pasoans remembered the horror inflicted on this country. And coverage from our New Mexico mobile newsroom in Las Cruces, where flags flew at half-staff today. Governor Susana Martinez saying it was meant to remember the victims of the terrorist attacks and to thank those who continue to preserve, protect, and defend our nation at home and abroad. Crucians also gathered at Albert Johnson Park, where the police and fire departments rang bells and played bagpipes. City officials were also on hand alongside 4 students who were chosen to read an essay about 9/11.
I believe that this day is so sad because many people died, buildings were destroyed, and our government had to change due to terrorism.
And for the people who lived, I'm sorry you had to live through that horrible and tragic experience.
Our coverage of 9/11 ceremonies throughout the borderland continues tonight on ABC-7 at 10. All right, to storm track weather right now, storm tracker Nicole Gomez said we could see some more rain today, and sure enough we did. This video is from our New Mexico mobile newsroom crew in Las Cruces when the sudden downpour left some of you covering up, like this woman. She had to use a binder and her purse as a makeshift umbrella. I think she made it in okay, though. And the same storm soaked far northeast El Paso at about the same time. This is video one of our storm trackers shot near US 54 and McCombs. That's right by Painted Dunes Golf Course. Out where Nicole and I live. Well, we don't live together. We're almost neighbors. I don't need to be spreading the rumors here, Nicole.
Right, that would have spread like wildfire.
Hey, Nicole, check out this. Our very own Stephanie Valle shared a photo on our Facebook page today. She shot this one from northeast El Paso, out where she lives, as the storms were rolling through. Cool picture, Steph. And how about this one from Richard? He shared this on our Facebook page as well. You have to love that shot. I know Doppler Dave shared that picture at 6 o'clock today, Nicole. That's a cool one. That's one you need to put in the frame.
That is an amazing picture, and I shared that one on my Facebook fan page too. I liked it so much. But our picture out there right now, much different than what we saw this afternoon. Let's take a look at Doppler radar, where we're seeing dry conditions out there in El Paso and Las Cruces. Still seeing a little bit of light rain around Silver City, but for the most part it is nice out there. So earlier today around Dr. Hornado Middle School, we did pick up about ½ an inch, and just outside the studio we were dry for the most part. Temperatures right now in Las Cruces, we're at 75 degrees, 78 El Paso, 71 Guadalupe Pass, 73 Alamogordo. So our temperatures are also nice and comfortable out there. So the moisture was sticking around this afternoon, but we'll start to see drier conditions for tonight. We'll give you an update on your weekend forecast and talk about this weekend's football games. That's all coming up in your full forecast. Bob?
All right, thanks so much. You can join our discussions now on our Facebook pages and even on Twitter. It's exactly how you're sharing your thoughts on the news of Rick Perry. Late this afternoon, the former Texas governor announced he is dropping out of the race for president. This ends Perry's second bid for the Republican nomination. Perry told a conservative group in St. Louis today, quote, "Some things have become clear." And Nicole, the folks at home have this to say tonight. We'll start with Gregor.
Yes, Gregor told us, "I don't even like Perry, but compared to the other clowns in the GOP, he seemed almost decent." And Hector says, "I didn't know he was running for president. Who cares?" And
Jason saying, "Did great as governor." And Tony saying he was a fantastic governor. KIP, Kip, I believe, says good riddance.
And Michael says, sorry, Bob, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm getting excited over here. Michael says, "One idiot down, more to follow." And Beth, no surprise there. Finally tonight from Gilbert, dodged a bullet there. It's not too late to let us know what you think.
Absolutely not, Nicole. And, you know, just a little while, Nicole, we let folks know that Highway 62-180 is still closed because a woman was found dead in the road there. We're being told by officials 10 o'clock is the scheduled reopening time. Let's hope, though, it doesn't really affect anybody who is planning to drive out to Lubbock tonight. That's where the Lubbock game is happening tomorrow against Texas Tech, or that's the road they need to take there.
Yeah, good thing is, Bob, we know the Miners are already in Lubbock to face Texas Tech tomorrow, so they shouldn't be affected by this. And we know the players have been looking forward to this game for a long time. A year ago, the Miners gave the Red Raiders all they could but lost a close one, 30-26. This time around, the Miners believe they can get that victory.
And kickoff. We know an early game, Nicole, so we got to get up early if you're planning on sleeping late, past 1 o'clock. That is when the kickoff is tomorrow. So, of course, ABC-7 Weekend and sports and our social media will keep everybody up to date. You can't forget my Aggies, Nicole.
Oh, never.
Come on, NMSU, right? Well, New Mexico State opening up the season at home in front of a stuffed stadium. The Aggies are looking to end the 11-game losing streak. The last time the Aggies won was against Georgia State in Week 2 of last year. Teldrick Morgan, he was a big part of that. He caught 8 passes and had 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. They'll need him to come up again big tomorrow against Georgia State, and he says he is up to the challenge. Kickoff for that game against Georgia State, 6 o'clock in the evening. There are still standing room tickets available, but if you can't get into that jam-packed stadium, hey, this is the place to watch it. You can see it here tomorrow on the CW. And also, Nicole, we're all excited about high school football. The games are just starting to wrap up tonight.
So don't forget, you can get all the scores and highlights on the Borderland Blitz. That's at 10:35, not 4, over on ABC-7.
They need that extra minute.
Right.
You're throwing them off here. Of course, you can become part of the coverage through social media. Share your pictures on Facebook and Twitter and your scores as well. Either post them on our pages or post them using the hashtag Borderland Blitz. And you know, today, as we honor and remember those who gave their lives during the 9/11 attacks, we're also paying tribute to these mothers of Fort Bliss. Tonight, this picture of them breastfeeding their babies. It's blowing up our Facebook page. What you're saying about that coming up. And Nicole, those storms, are they headed back this weekend?
Well, slight rain chances in the forecast, but for the most part, it will be a nice weekend. That's good news if you're headed off to the NMSU football game. We'll talk about that forecast and Storm Track weather.
Go Aggies. You need to break that streak. This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news here. You are the news. We'll be right back.